No. Let's do this. I'll give you my NFL picks now, because then you can do his NFL, and then I'll do my college. Because I already have my NFL. My NFL is already set.
Okay.
All right. So for my NFL picks, I wanted to get a little spicy with this, and I say that in a sense of I don't want it to look. I'm 11-1 over the last 2 weeks, and of course 6-0 last week. I wanted to get down and dirty and give you guys one that's going to be a sneaky good upset. So let's go through this. All right. We're going to take Kansas City minus 6.5 at the Eagles. Pat Mahomes, he bounces back. Andy Reid gets to come home, per se. He gets to come home. Even though I know he had a little health scare, but he gets to come home. We'll get to see Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs look like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Eagles are not a good team. That's why we took the Cowboys minus 3.5 at home on Monday night. Good offenses will torch that sorry-ass team that can only score on the Falcons. In the first game, too. The first game against the Falcons. I think that game will be – maybe we won't win, but that game will be a hell of a lot closer if we play them this week.
Absolutely.
Next one, easy pickings. Ride that Dak train. Ride it. Let's get the Cowboys' money line against the Carolina Panthers. No Christian McCaffrey. They're clicking on all cylinders. DQ. Them boys got some confidence. I don't think that they're going to get the big head from the media, saying, are the Cowboys legit? Are they for real? No, I think that they're just going to go out and they're going to play ball. That's the Dan Quinn way. Just go out and play ball. He loves ball. And in that same game, we're going to take the under. It's up to – I have it on mine as this, but it's up to 52. Give me the under 52. I don't see where Carolina scores the points, and Carolina actually does have an underrated defense. And granted, they're losing their first-round pick in J.C. Horn, who I guess has been playing relatively well. They haven't really played anybody, so I don't really know. And I haven't, really watched their film like that. But give me the under 52 in this game. I see it being one of those kind of things where even if it's 31-17, that's 48. Dallas could get to Carolina could get to almost 20. And they get to 20, 31-20. They still don't win the game, and it still goes under. So give me the under 52 in the Panthers-Cowboys games. This one has changed a little, but the Ravens at the Broncos. JP, our major parlay, thinks that it's a setup. Now, if anyone goes back to 2 weeks ago when he said that this was a setup, he thought that the Bills, even money at minus 3.5, was a setup against the Dolphins. They won 35-0. I'm not discrediting JP, but what I am saying is this. Denver is 3-0 against 0-9 opponents. I'll take Lamar and them boys in the Mile High City. I know that, the air and the altitude could be an issue, but give me Lamar. I'm gonna hang my hat on Lamar. I think that they're the type of team that isn't going to go 500 and then let a team go 4-0 on them. That to me is still unproven. They're without Jerry Jeudy. Good defense, but in reality, good defense is if you don't really have a plan for a running quarterback, all bets are off there. And that one's a pick 'em, but give me the Ravens money line. Another one, easy pickings. And just because the odds are so good on the money line, I'm going to take a money line instead of spread. We're going to go ahead and go with the Rams against the Cardinals. I am surprised at how low this money line is for the Rams and the Cardinals. I think that with the Cardinals clearly showing against a team like Jacksonville, yeah, they had to travel across the country, which is why I took the under in that game and we hit last week. They should have looked a little bit better against Urban Meyer in them. I don't know why that game was semi-close. Basically, it was a one-possession game until Trevor threw a pick. 6 to end the game, essentially. So I'm not a believer in them, and the Rams are at home. I think that this is easy money. All right, and now comes my last pick, and this one's going to shock a lot of people. I was teetering between 3 teams, and I'll just name the other 2, even though these aren't the picks. They're all 3 dogs. I do like Minnesota against Cleveland. Minnesota's at home, and I do like the Colts at the Dolphins. I like both of them. They're both underdogs in this game. You can get them at plus value. But let's go for the Whopper, and not the Whopper Jr. We want the Whopper, the King's choice. I'm going to take the New York Giants to upset the New Orleans Saints in their first game at the Superdome. I was teetering between whether I wanted to take them at the plus 7.5, because I do feel like it's just going to be a close game no matter what, and you can't really lose doing it that way. But if you want to step on the wild side like I am, let's get the Giants money line to get their first win of the season in New Orleans. I think that they're going to come out and play with the purpose. Those boys' backs against the wall. They know that they, as Jalen Hurts said, they took a deuce at home against the Falcons of all teams. They took a deuce against us. I think that they're going to travel to New Orleans, and I think that they're going to play a good game, and I think that they're going to get the win. And to even kind of go back to the last time that these two teams played, a lot of people don't remember it, but the Giants and Saints had a fucking shootout between Eli Manning and Drew Brees the last time they played at the Superdome. It was a highly entertaining game. It was like 51-45. I expect not the same, but I expect it to be a close, good game. And I'm going to lean with the Giants at the mega, ultra, fucking Super Saiyan level odds that they had them at. I like them as my biggest upset this week.
Okay. So we got KC minus 6.5, Dallas money line. In the Dallas-Carolina game, we're going under 52. We got the Ravens money line, we got the Rams money line, and we got the Giants money line.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's get into major parlays picks. We got Tennessee Titans minus 7 over the New York Jets. I think they boat raced the Jets, so I got it. Then we got Vegas? We got Las Vegas Raiders money line over the Chargers. Ooh, that's spicy. We got the Arizona Cardinals.
Getting a little hot in here. I mean, that's for sure.
We got the Cardinals over the Rams money line. So we got a little headbutt in here. I like it. A little competition.
Hey.
I like this one right here. He's taking the Detroit Lions over the Chicago Bears money line at plus 125 odds. Here's why I like this one.
They looked good. Oh, they look way better than everybody thinks they are.
They're Detroit. Detroit plays hard. They play hard, and the Bears don't know who's starting at quarterback this week.
I don't think it matters. You got to remember too that the aspects of these games, they're so important because there's so few in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
It's not college to where if you lose, your season's over. But at the same time, isn't Matt Nagy coaching for his job?
He's probably coaching for his head coaching life because I don't
think
he gets
he probably
a job.
might not be a head coach ever again.
Or an OC.
You know, and this story looks super familiar in Chicago. I remember when they hired Mark Trestman. And, you know, it's weird because Matt Nagy's actually made the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. But at the same time, you drafted Justin Fields. He set him up for failure against Cleveland.
Absolutely.
He set him up for failure. I got to see the stat line, and he set that man up for failure. And
Dan Orlovsky ripped him to shreds.
He did, yeah, and him and Rex Ryan made good points because it did seem like they were unprepared. I didn't watch the game, obviously, in full, you know, rise up, Falcons. But at the same time, he didn't look prepared in the highlights or the box score.
Nah, man. I was catching it on Red Zone. And it was pretty bad. But let me throw out JP's last one. And he has Dallas covering at minus 4.5 over the Panthers. So that's a Parlay Pete 6-pack and Major Parlays picks. You ready for your college picks?
We are ready.
All right, man. Let's get some college picks.
I am putting the final touches on this thing.
You got to relax, dude.
Okay. So, in a very uncharacteristic bet, let's take Arkansas on the points against Georgia at plus 18. I'm not drinking Pittman's Kool-Aid, anyone. I'm a dog. I love the dogs. And actually, you know what? I would tell you to buy the 1.5 on this at plus 19.5. So add that 1.5 that if you can get it with your bookie, get that 1.5 at plus 19.5. I'm going to take Arkansas plus 19.5 against Georgia. It's hard for me to see in what will, as of today, because now Clemson's no good, being the biggest game for Georgia this year, and granted at home. I think that Arkansas isn't there yet, but I think that they're better than getting boat raced on the road. And 2 touchdowns isn't. It could be considered boat racing. That's comfortable to me, but like,
Yeah.
1 touchdown at the end of the game, even if it's garbage time, makes it a 1-possession game. So I just don't see them getting that third score to end the game unless Arkansas is down 2 touchdowns and they throw a pick six or something. It's going to be really hard for that to get covered. And I'm surprised that they're laying the points like that for Georgia.
They believe in our offense this year.
Man, and I believe in it too. Georgia hasn't ran the ball as well as you want them to, but I believe in it. Next pick. Let's go ahead and take Texas money line at TCU. Sark made the transition. He made the changes. I really do love them making that quarterback change because, like I said, the kid, he was their guy last year when Ellinger went down in that bowl game against Colorado, lit it up. I thought he was going to be the starter. They didn't do it. Sark has righted his wrongs. Take Texas on the money line against TCU. Next game, let's get Notre Dame and Cincinnati. This is probably one of the games of the week. There's 3 of them. There's 3 really good games this week with Georgia and Arkansas, and then Alabama, Ole Miss, and then there's this game. This game has a lot written all over it for both teams. Obviously, I would imagine this is outside of the Michigan game. This is pretty much Notre Dame's last big test before that. And, of course, with the way that the playoff system works, they're not in a conference. This will be a strength win. They're the underdog at home against the number 7 ranked Cincinnati. Notre Dame's number 9. Their Florida State win doesn't look as good. Everybody thought Florida State was back or whatever. They're really just going down the toilet themselves. But give me Notre Dame at home. I'll take the Fighting Irish with those odds at home. They pulled away late against a Wisconsin team that they were also an underdog against last week. I like them here. I think that they'll get the job done. Hold on, because I'm scrolling through this. I got to scroll through it to get to the pick. Next pick. Let's go ahead and take Ohio State minus 13.5 on the road against Rutgers. I know everybody's going to kill me for constantly going back to some of these teams that have just disappointed. And Ohio State did it, I think, in week 1. It was week 2 of the college football season, but week 1 of us doing this show. Mm-hmm. I took them on points, I think, against Tulsa, like in the first half or something. I think that they'll get back on track this week. Rutgers is not a very good team. I know that they hung in with Michigan. Ohio State's better than Michigan. They're better than them.
Every year.
Yeah, every year. It doesn't
even
matter.
Leap year.
And it doesn't really matter who the coach is either. That's apparent too. I like them to cover that 13.5 spread. And what that is it's set at 15, so I would buy the 1.5 there too, just to give a little bit more context to it. Next game, where is it? I'm scrolling through this thing. Next game, give me Texas A&M minus 6.5 against Mississippi State. I think that Mississippi State, they got that win over NC State, who beat Clemson. Like I said, I think we're realizing that Clemson isn't a good team, and that's just kind of what that is. That I wanted to call him Tua, but DJ Uiagalelei is not the real deal. Clemson will be lucky to make the ACC championship game this year, and I mean that.
Feinbaum said the empire is over, the dynasty's over.
I don't know if it's over, because what now? What USC's gonna call Dabo?
No, he can't coach in California. He's too much of a.
I know he doesn't fit the mold, but still.
No, he's a good boy.
What's he gonna do? Take the call? Is what I'm saying. I don't think
get a pay raise.
I think it's over. I just think that Uiagalelei clearly isn't that guy, and they've been blessed to have the good quarterbacks.
Yeah,
they have Taj Boyd to Deshaun Watson to T-Law.
They had Kelly Bryant for a little while.
And Kelly Bryant, and think about it. And what did Kelly Bryant transfer?
I don't remember, but he transferred after Trevor's freshman year. But like the year in between Deshaun and Trevor, like they still got to like the playoff, didn't they?
They did. They lost to Bama.
Yeah, so like he was serviceable. All right, let's keep pushing because I got to hit the road. Last pick.
For sure. Last pick. All right, we're gonna go with another road home. Another road favorite. Give me Oregon. I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid here. Oregon at Stanford -8, and I'm not gonna buy the 1.5 here. Give me Oregon. I think that they're the better team. I think that Cristobal, Cristobal.
Mm-hmm.
He's done his recruiting due diligence, and that those boys, that defense is off the fucking chain. That shit's off the chain. They got a great defense. I like them to cover this spread because I don't think the Stanford's as good as everybody wants to let on. I know they beat USC, but I don't. USC fired their coach, and so after that game, so that goes to tell you what they thought about what should have happened in that game. So I like Oregon -8 though there.
All right, man. So let's just recap. We got Arkansas +18. We're gonna buy 1.5. We got Texas on the money line. We got Notre Dame at +4.5.
Notre Dame money line +105.
All right, we're gonna take
them outright. We're gonna take them outright.
Okay, we're gonna take Notre Dame on the money line. We got Ohio State at -13.5. We're gonna buy 1.5 there. We got A&M at -6.5, and we got Oregon at -8.
There you go.
Hey, man, that's some free money for you all. And today, I don't have anything to wrap it up with. You got anything for the listeners before we get out of here, Parlay Pete?
Yes, because there's a specific reason I wore this hat today. Chop on, baby. Chop on. The Braves, it looks like, I don't know what the score is right now. Let's just give them a little bit of a taste. MLB.
I'm thinking about sticking my nose in the battery this weekend just because.
Well, we're in the bottom of the third. Braves up 1-0. They win tonight. They win the division year in a row. Can we start that 15-game win streak maybe? Because the Mets are a mess. The Marlins will never be good. The Phillies clearly they're not clutch. And then who am I missing in our division?
Mets, Phillies.
I know they just won the World Series. That team fucking sucks. Juan Soto is not better than Ronald Acuna either. But shout out to the Braves for winning this division. Because even if they don't win tonight, all they need is one more win for the rest of the year. And I don't see them, or the Phillies lose one more game. And I just don't see it happening. I look forward to going to some Braves playoff games this year. And maybe even without Acuna, who knows? Maybe we can do it finally.
Hey, we've been looking good at the end of the season. The
Nationals did it without Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper leaves, and then they win the fucking World Series. So
yeah, we're doing it without Acuna or Ozuna because Ozuna.
Two of your top three hitters, and then an underrated stat. And I know that this is football, but let's just talk a little baseball here. National League RBI leaders. Adam Duvall is first in the National League in RBIs.
Okay.
Albies and it's slipping off the tip of my tongue too. All right, because I saw it earlier. It is not Freddie.
Can we beat the Dodgers?
I don't think so.
They're stacked.
Austin Riley and Ozzie Albies are tied for third in RBIs, and then Duvall leads the National League in RBIs. So they still have that hitting power, and Soler has been fucking solar power. You know, they've been good. I like it. I like it.
All right, man. Thanks for the picks, dog. Thanks for the pod. I'll see you Sunday morning.
All right, absolutely.
All right.
Pre-game, let's beat the Redskins. The
Washington football team.
All right.
All right, Pierce.